Hello, 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 how are we doing? Markopotamus is here. Good morning, it is 8:05 on the west coast. Today, we're going to be watching Real Madrid take on Barcelona. Excuse the jacket, this is basically what I wore last night. Part of my Halloween costume, but fucking, it's fitting. It's a big occasion today. Real Madrid, Barcelona is always going to be that moment in the footballing world where the globe stops spinning for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Dressed to impress, right? But yeah, if you can hear it in my voice, I had a really good time last night with the homies. It's taken a lot of strength to be here, to be sitting here today with y'all, but wouldn't miss it for the world. Just go for it. Let's just do it. This is my beautiful, gorgeous, handsome co-host Zorro. He'll be with us today, providing support, watching the game with us. So he's such a good boy. Although I noticed he didn't bring his toys. Where the toys at, bro? Let's take a quick peek at the lineups, see what's going on. Courtois, not surprising anybody, in the goalkeeping slot. Valverde at right back, and he wears the captain's armband. I've talked about that before. Not his preferred position, but I mean, as one of Real Madrid's captains, he's very vocal about being there for the team. I'm not surprised, given Real Madrid's defensive injury woes, that he's gonna shoulder the responsibility in that position. But he will be up against Marcus Rashford. That should be cool. Also, I'm definitely watching this in Spanish. There's no way. It's probably gonna be McManaman, right? For ESPN Plus over here, and I'm not about to sit through 2 fucking hours semi-hungover for Steve McManaman's bullshit. I'm sorry. But yeah, Valverde is in the right back position, and next to him is Militao. No surprise there. I think he played pretty decently against Juventus during the week. The big red flag for me, as far as Real Madrid is concerned, is the shoehorning in of Hausen right now in center back. I know he's a big name. He's one of the big purchases of the summer, and pretty much Real Madrid's biggest prospect in defense right now. But the man is coming off an injury, and they have rushed him to get into this lineup for today. On top of being injured, the kid has just not been fabulous, to say the least. He's just he is error prone. He's not the greatest in passing. He's good, but he's frail. Let's put it that way. I think he's gonna struggle today, especially not at full percent health. That to me is what sticks out the most about this squad today. Carreras is in, possibly the only consistent defender for Real Madrid this season. I've been a fan. Then in holding midfield, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. Like to see that. Camavinga's back in the starting 11. I don't think he's had that for a while. Yeah, he hasn't been the starter for a while, but necessity at this point. Güler, Bellingham, and Vinicius. Güler is, I think, aside from the obvious Kylian Mbappe, the key to Real Madrid's functionality. Along with Tchouaméni in midfield, those two, one being the anchor, one being the creative output, have been outstanding. Arda Güler is definitely the creative spark in this Real Madrid squad. At least this season, I think he's made things a little bit difficult for a player like Jude's natural position in the attacking midfield. Everything goes through Arda. Everything is created through Arda, leaving a guy like Bellingham kind of just floating around and really not knowing a whole lot about where he's supposed to be. He was able to get a goal against Juventus in midweek, and that's great for Bellingham, but the quality of that goal is not all there. I mean, that was all Vinny, pretty much, right? Vinny was able to carry that ball up the field, make an amazing run, get the shot off, and then Bellingham was there to tap in home. Right place, right time for Jude. I don't think that's going to mask the sort of displacement that he's going through right now. Kylian Mbappe at 9. He's been doing fantastic. He's been in really good form, scoring different types of goals, some bangers, a couple pens. When he's on the ball, dude, he is fast. He's lightning fast. Step overs, the trickery, it's just a part of his game that I haven't seen in a while, but he's playing with confidence. Again, the big red flag for me is forcing Hausen to play there, but I mean, they really don't have any other options. They would rather force Hausen to play in defense than to roll the dice with Raul Asensio. It speaks volumes about what Xabi Alonso and the front office are prioritizing. They want the big name to start. They're going to force him to start. And let's just hope it doesn't bite them in the ass. Szczesny in goal. Cool. Back four of Balde, Kubarsi, Eric, and Jules Koundé. Holding midfield of Pedri, De Jong. Attacking mid of Rashford, Fermin Lopez, Lamine, and Ferran up top. Balde, the only one that is somewhat lacking in form. I thought Gerard Martin was doing really well in that spot. Yeah, you kind of feel for him for not getting the nod here. You can't get mad at starting Balde. He's also coming off an injury, so he's just easily also a question mark. You know, is he okay? Is he okay to go the full 90 against a team of this caliber? It's hard. We're about to find out. The big one for me is Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez has been on fire this season, arguably better than Lamine. Obviously, Lamine has had that injury, and so that's kind of prevented him from being a part of a large chunk of games, and even visibly affected his return. Fermin has been able to shine while Lamine has been gone. He is shining bright. He's really good, this kid. And Ferran up top, he links up well with with this team. He's not the deadliest or scariest attacker, but he has his moments. Marcus Rashford getting his debut in the Clasico. What the hell? Did anybody see that coming last year? Completely insane. I'm happy for him, dude. Like, the turnaround that his career has had is nothing short of amazing. He's had time to prove himself to Hansi Flick. He's earned his starting spot here. Again, sort of maybe due to necessity, but he's created things. Scored a couple goals here and there, some in the Champions League, some in the league. I think he's ready to prove himself today on the biggest stage. We're moments away from kickoff. I'm very excited for this one. I don't know what to predict. I think it could go either way. I think the advantage leans towards Barca just because Real's defense hasn't been sharp. So I'm thinking Barca come out on top here. They just expose the defensive frailties on Real Madrid's end. But will Real Madrid's attack be able to bail them out for the umpteenth time in La Liga? But that is kickoff. We're off. I'm so excited. Let's see what happens. In terms of the league, Real are 2 points above Barca in first. So a win for Barca boosts them over. Here we go already. Hausen already overcommitted. Whoa, that was wild from Hausen. He already overcommitted into an attack, and he exposed a gigantic hole. And then a poor clearance from Hausen. Oh no, and then the ball lands to Rashford, and it's blocked by Militao. Already a pair of errors by Hausen. Oh my god, no. You would hate that for him. You would hate that for him. Oh yeah, so if Real get the win here, they are 5 points clear at the top. Barca have a corner here. Here it comes from Rashford. Takes a glove from Courtois. Courtois is largely responsible for Juventus' failure to score in the Champions League this week. He was huge, Courtois. Very huge, Courtois. Here's Vinny in the box. Vinny. Oh, man. Tackle from behind. And a penalty for Real Madrid in the first 2 minutes. Are you joking? Are you joking? No way. It looked ugly from this angle, admittedly. No replay yet. But it looked ugly. And a large part of the online narrative regarding this match is how much Real have benefited from calls from the ref. Oh, and that's a pen. It's actually more of a foul on on Balde. Vinny's pretty much kicks through his leg. Balde definitely reached his foot in, but Vinny definitely chopped his foot. Weird. But I mean, yeah, that was a big part of the conversation online, was the fact that Real have gotten some pretty favorable calls lately, especially in the league. I think a lot of people were predicting a situation just like this. Oh, they're looking at a possible offside. It looks more of like a foul on Lamine. Actually, they're reviewing it, and I think that might come back. It was Lamine who stuck a foot in, but the ref is looking at VAR at the moment. He's checking VAR, and it looks more like a foul by Vinny. And he celebrated so fucking hard when that whistle was blown. It looks more like a foul by Vinny, in my opinion. From this angle, it looks like Lamine even touches the ball. I think they're going to call it off. But it is called no penalty. Right on. Immediate start. Yeah, I mean, Real have gotten some really, really soft calls, particularly in that match against Getafe last week. They were given a penalty and a red card. Was it 2 red cards? Yeah, it was 2 different red cards on what could honestly amount to maybe yellows. That is something that I've noticed covering Real from very early on. I think their season opener involved a penalty against Osasuna, right? That was the Kylian Mbappe incident against Osasuna. And then there was a similar one a few weeks later. To me, it mostly started showing when they were bailed out against Villarreal. Villarreal had just started clawing their way back into the match when they had a penalty given, rightfully so, in my opinion, that time. But then a very soft foul to send the right back from Villarreal off. See, that was like 3 weeks ago. That's kind of when I started looking at things a little bit suspiciously, I guess you could say. You would hate that, right? For a match like this to start that way. I'm just glad the ref had the sack to look at it. Yo. Ooh, that's miscommunication. Okay, so Real are pretty lucky there that Balde had drifted offside, because there was miscommunication between Fede Valverde at right back and Jude Bellingham, who was on that side of the pitch at the moment. Bellingham didn't track the run of Balde, and Balde was into space. Here's Lamine versus Carreras. That was talked about this week. Lamine into the box. Lamine curls it. Ooh, required a dive from Courtois, but that's off target. Carreras unable to block that shot. That's the matchup, man. That is the matchup. Carreras has been consistent for Real. Do I think he's been spectacular? Not really. I think he's just been consistent. Valverde loses it to Pedri. Real are under serious pressure here. Somebody's down. No whistle from the ref. Bellingham gets up. That high press got the best of Real, and it was Valverde this time that succumbs to it. The ball at the feet of Pedri here. He skips past Camavinga, and he skips past Tchouaméni. Almost chips in Fermin. Oh, shit. Oh yeah, there is no handsy flick. It's Marcus Sorg, the assistant manager on the bench for Barca. Hansi Flick got a little bit too mouthy last week. And of course, the appeal didn't go through, so they could not have him on the bench today. He was sent off. Koundé, low pass for Fermin. Very interesting ball. I don't know if that was a scuffed pass or if that was intentional. Ball all the way back with Szczesny. Barca just taking their time. That's a sketchy pass by Szczesny. Almost beaten to the ball by Arda and by Vinny. Oh, and the ball lands with... Oh, what a goal! Oh my God, Mbappe! Jesus! What a hit! That's the best goal he's scored all season. Barca get caught in the back, and the ball just lands right at the feet of Kylian. What a volley by Kylian. I did not think he had it like that. Arda dispossesses Fermin. The ball lands with Kylian, and Kylian just with the fucking strike on the volley. Wow. Wow. That was filthy. What a strike by Kylian. I said Arda was a big reason for the creative output of Real, and he did all the work there to get the ball off of Fermin. But what a strike by Kylian Mbappe. What a strike. Really. Is it under review? The goal is still under review. I don't see why that would come back. Oh! Mbappe's offside. Oh my God. Oh no! Mbappe was offside when he got that ball. I don't know how you take that away from him. That was an incredible goal. That would have been an all-timer Clasico goal right there. Much like Fermin's disallowed goal last year. Jesus, that was an all-timer, man. I feel bad for Kylian there. Well, I'll be damned. We're going against the narrative, and Real have had 2 big calls against them so far. Jesus, we are never going to hear the end of that. As a footballing community, we are never going to hear the end of that. Uh-oh, Carrera slips. Oh, very lucky. Very lucky that Militao was heads up there, because Carreras had fallen on his ass and the ball landed with Lamine. Szczesny forced to kick it out of bounds there. The high press is getting to Barca. Barca just can't break free here. You figure Tchouaméni gets sick of Pedri by the end of these Clásicos. Oh, just barely he was offside. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a call to overturn that goal. That is crazy. Like half of Mbappe's shin is offside. We're not gonna hear the end of that shit for the rest of the season. I think Real should be 1-0 up for sure. What a call. What a call. We're all robbed, honestly. Regardless of your affiliation with either of these 2 clubs, we're robbed of a fucking banger. But whatever, man. Look how high up Camavinga was there. He was basically up in attack. Lined up against Balde. Here's Vini against Koundé. Vini, Koundé. Very good, Koundé. Ooh, very good from Fermin to get that ball to Lamine. Here's Fermin again. And it's Arda. Arda with a great tackle on Fermin. Incredible, that hurt. Fermin is still down. Here's Jude. Jude going backwards. We know that the Real Madrid hierarchy does not like passes backwards. You can ask Claude Makelele about that. That's why they sold him. Claude Makelele largely, maybe not at that time during his Real Madrid stint, but looked back now retrospectively as one of the better, box-to-box midfielders ever seen. And Florentino Perez said he passes back too much. He's useless, I think is the word that he said. That's just something that should live rent-free in the heads of the Real Madrid midfielders. Lamine getting whistled. The Madrid camp particularly tickled by what Lamine had to say over the weekend. Over the week, they decided to stab their flag very high up top the moral high ground in regards to Lamine's comments of Real Madrid. We'll see how they keep that moral high ground if they get the 3 points. Real. Game's soft, man. A player can't even shit talk anymore. Real just never really gonna beat the soft allegations. They're always bitching about something, and I think that's distasteful for a club arguably the best in the world. Jude twirls. What a pass by Jude. Mbappe finishes it. Wow. What an assist by Jude. Oh my god. That one's gonna count, I think. Did Jude Bellingham... goddamn. I said Jude Bellingham. Did Jude Bellingham time that pass to perfection? Because if he did, he deleted like 4 players with 1 pass. Let's see. Camavinga, and here's Bellingham. Pulls it back away. Ooh. I think he's onside. It is a great pass by Jude. I think this one's going to count, but it's an amazing assist by Jude Bellingham. And it counts. So, Real hang on to the lead this time. No offside. It was a perfect pass by Jude. And a great finish by Kylian. In my opinion, this scoreline should have held earlier with that Mbappe banger. So this is, I feel, rightfully where we should be. Oh, there's a hit on Marcus. It's getting pretty hot here. Oh, and there's a yellow card for the captain Valverde. That's pretty big. You know, that assist by Jude only happened because of a sick body feint that sent Pedri to the cleaners. And with that space, that extra like 2 or 3 seconds, Jude was able to fucking laser a pass right behind the defense to find Mbappe. It was an incredible assist by Jude. Hausen with the long ball. This time, Tchouameni's gonna get to it. That's been one of his weaker parts of his game, Hausen. The long ball, the switch of play. His passing isn't sharp. That's gonna take a while to develop. It's been all Real this match so far. Barca cannot find the ball. Ooh, Valverde with the screamer, just over the crossbar. He scores those, man. He scores those. Don't get it twisted. Man knows what he's doing from long distance. What can Barca do? They cannot break free. There we go. Marcus dispossessed again. Nobody on this Barca side can dwell on the ball for very long. What can they do here? The top three just standing at the top of the box. That's Ferran, Fermin, and Rashford all standing at the top of the box. Motionless, not really providing any passing options whatsoever. And now Barca are forced to move the ball back towards the center circle. Pedri is taking some hits off the ball. In the final third, Barca did not have any mobility. Way too stagnant. Oh shit. Vinny is hot. Vinny is hot. He won a throw in and he lost his shit. The man is pumped up. Tchouameni with the ball, chips it up high. It's Hausen to the end of it. Ooh, and it took a save from Szczesny to keep that out. Oh, now Hausen's feeling it. The kicks are flying. Someone's down. It's getting chippy in there, man. Jude kicked like 3 dudes there. Do Barcelona know that they are in the Clasico right now? They're asleep and they're late to everything, Barcelona. The second goal is imminent. Like, you can feel it. Barca are just not, like, the ball is not bouncing their way today. Real have been doing very well to keep Pedri contained. The entire Barca squad is in the Madrid half here. Eric moving in. Eric's in the box. Oh shit, it's Ferran! Oh my god, Ferran, why do you take a touch there? Ferran took an extra touch too many. That was to be hit first time, my guy. A soft shot right into the gloves of Courtois, and that's a giveaway from Carreras. Uh-oh, and it comes right back to Ferran. Good tackle by Militao. Courtois, Camavinga, Valverde, plays it wide. Valverde again. Oh, Jude skipped past Pedri. Here's Kylian. Vinny. Oh, tried to knuckle it. He tried to knuckle it, but Szczesny was right there. Holy Christ. Real Madrid are not allowing the pressure to be taken off of Barca here. What the fuck are we doing here? Commercial break? What is happening with the broadcast here? Oh, that was horrifically managed by the production company here. I don't know if that was just here in the States, but they switched over to a Walmart advertisement and it was just so poorly done. It glitched out. The screen went black. That was terrible. That's what they do in Mexico, man, and that's the main reason why I don't watch that shit. I love La Liga MX, like, it's great. I have my club there, but I cannot for the life of me watch Liga MX because the advertisements are just absurd. And if this was La Liga's doing and trying to make that a thing here, they executed it horrifically. That was bad, and I hope that wasn't a sign of things to come. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Mexico hasn't had a problem bastardizing their footballing product. One of the largest, if not the largest, parts of their entertainment sector. Bastardized it. There's ads all over the fucking place during play, every break that they have, and it is unwatchable in my opinion. So I just hope it's not the direction that La Liga or European football in general is going in. Like, does everything have to be fucking money? Does everything have to be money? Does everything have to be profit? Rashford has it. Rashford! Oh, Fermin! Oh, Fermin equalizes. Where did that come from? Real caught in the back. Rashford is able to center that ball right to the feet of Fermin Lopez. Fermin levels the score 1-1 for Barca. Wow. We have a match, guys. Arda loses it. And he loses his man. He's unable to adequately mark Fermin to stop that shot. And the ball just zooms past Hausen, and Courtois. It had to be him. Fermin has had a stellar campaign this season. It literally had to be him. I would even go as far as to say he's been better than Lamine. Significantly better than Lamine this season. And Barca have honestly played better when play goes through Fermin this season. Incidentally, while Lamine Yamal was gone, we saw the spike up of Fermin's performances, and Barca just played better in general while Lamine was gone. When things were going through Fermin, and they dipped when he came back. So it doesn't surprise me that it's Fermin equalizing here. His entire season has led up to that moment so far. Real have a corner here, and it's Arda. He's gonna swing it in with the left, or does he keep it low? We'll see right now. He crosses it, heads up, fist by Szczesny. Here come Barca. Barca are breaking here. This looks dangerous. This looks dangerous. What a pass by Fermin to Pedri. Pedri crosses it back, but Camavinga has other ideas, and the ball goes back for a Barca corner. Suddenly, Barca have shown up. They're awake now. Barca just didn't look as fast as they could be there. Pedri did look a little bit sluggish, but he was the highest man up the field. So, I mean, good signs for Barca here. But they look a little winded. Look, who is that by the near post? He's already got his hands. That's Fermin with his hands on his knees. Here's Vinny trying to break free. Oh my God! What the hell? Pedri with a handful of jersey. Pedri's booked for that. Pedri was just desperate to stop Vinny there. He got such a big grip on his shirt. It's a professional foul. Final moments of the first half, and it is Arda. Knuckles it to Vinny. Vinny here on the touchline. Vinny crosses it. It's an ugly cross. Finds Militao. Oh, and it's Jude. Jude puts Real back in front. Militao centers a header directly under the right foot of Jude Bellingham, and it's 2 for Real now. What a match, back and forth here. That's a punch right to the mouth of Barcelona. Wow. Man of the match so far, Jude. He's got an assist and a goal now. He's been remarkable so far in midfield, just skipping past the likes of De Jong and Pedri, just as Barca were starting to get back into the match. Barcelona equalized once. Can they do it again? The Bernabeu is rocking. Remember, this will be like the first Clasico of 4 that Real have won. They could not get the best of Barca last season. So they have been waiting for this moment to be ahead in a position like this for over a year. What a pass by Vinny. Goulet sends in Kylian. Bellingham again. Offside again by Kylian. But Real are just, and Kylian finishes it, but he's offside. Real are popping off right now. Not nearly as close this time, the offside. He was offside for days, Kylian. Barca, shambolic. Balde just hands it to Tchouaméni. Here's Camavinga. Balde, what is he doing? Camavinga crosses it. It's with Vinny. Miscontrolled by Vinny. 6 minutes of stoppage time. And that is going to feel like an eternity for Barcelona. They want this half to be done. I don't want to say it, but they're 6s and 7s at the moment, Barcelona. This could have been way beyond the reach of Barca by now. Respectfully. No foul on Ferran. Jude Bellingham with the head games there. So Ferran was on the ground, arms raised, visibly pissed that he didn't get the foul. Bellingham offers him a hand, lifts him up, and then Bellingham just pats him on the head. Mind games, man. Nothing is an accident at this level. Do Real have a final chance here? Look at Arda. Arda's in so much space there. And he was onside. Here's Vinny. Vinny. Skips past Koundé. Vinny. Oh my God. Vinny just destroyed Koundé in that final movement. But that is going to be the end of the half. Wow. Okay, so it's been all Real. Barca haven't played their game, period. That equalizers came pretty much out of nowhere. I mean, it took a mistake in the back by Arda Güler for that to even remotely become a chance. Barca haven't shown up. They just have not shown up. And Real are playing their sack off. I think it is foolish to assume that Barca are out for the count. If I was a Real Madrid fan, I would expect Barca to jump back into it. and not get lulled into a sense of security. Barca are still very much in it despite the scoreline, and they're lucky. They're very lucky to still be in it. It took 2 big calls. I think it should be 3-1. That Mbappe chance was so good. So good. It was worthy of, even if he was slightly offside, fuck it, man. What is the problem? Probably Ferran, I would say. Ferran's not imposing himself nearly enough. I mean, man for man, Militao has an assist. Hausen, for the most part, hasn't had much to worry about because Barca just haven't been able to conjure up anything really resembling the killer offense that we're often affiliating them with. They just haven't. It hasn't been there. I think at some point you got to throw in. I'm looking at their bench, and Barca really don't have one, to be honest. Unless you want to go with Araujo again. Araujo did score the winner for Barca last week in the 9 slot, but you can't do that for 90 minutes. That's not an option. The Real Madrid defense has been largely unthreatened. We have not seen the best of Lamine. No way, we're not seeing nearly enough. He's been back defending. That entire left side of Real has been deadly. Everything's been coming through Vinicius, who is in immaculate form at the moment. He is popping off Vinicius. Tchouameni's been great. He's been doing really good to box in Pedri with the help of Jude Bellingham. Camavinga, also a surprise here. He's actually doing really well. Arda is just surprisingly having an off game, but it hasn't mattered up until this point. I guess he is responsible for the giveaway that led to Barca's only goal. And Mbappe is gonna Mbappe. I feel like he has another moment in him, Kylian. What is going wrong for Barca, man? I just can't figure it out. Balde hasn't been nearly as good as I think he should be. I thought initially that was a questionable call to include him in the starting 11. I definitely think Gerard Martin should have got the nod there. It's really hard to dissect what's going on with Barca, but I mean, other than the obvious, Real are just playing their game. They're dominating control. They have a grip of the game, and they're not letting it go. They're not alleviating the pressure. Barca have no time to think or get comfortable. They've never seemed comfortable in this match, period. How do you let Bellingham be that open to secure the pass from Militao in that second goal? It's shocking. Like, he was basically alone. He was basically alone and unchallenged to tap that ball in. What a predicament. Barcelona are in such a tough spot here. In terms of attack, they only really have Bardghji, and that's asking a lot, I think, of the 19-year-old Rooney Bardghji. That's the only real option Barca have as far as attacking. No Olmo, no Gavi, no Rafinha, no Lewandowski. Barca are in serious trouble because they do not have the bench to turn to find goals. So whoever's on the pitch basically has to pull out a miracle. There's really nobody on the bench for Barca to throw on that it's going to have any significant effect here, barring an act of God. Reversely, though, Real have options. They have, just in defense alone, where a week ago, defense was a huge problem for Real. Carvajal's there, Mendy, Fran Garcia, Asensio, and Trent. So they have loads of defensive options. No matter who Barcelona are able to throw on in offense, Real basically have a remedy for them. And given the fact that Real are playing at home, any of these youngsters from on the Barca bench that are thrown on are more than likely going to be shook by the occasion. Like, that's not easy to do. It's not easy to run to be fucking a kid like Rooney Bardghji, 19, and be thrown onto the pitch expected to make a difference at the Bernabeu in a situation where Real are winning and the stadium is just rocking. It's not ever... That is impossible to ask of a youngster. And pretty much everybody on the bench for Barca is under 22. In midfield, Real have Ceballos, who's a great anchor, solid. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Barca are able to equalize. Real have Brahim, they have Endrick. Probably won't see Endrick. He's looking like he's going to get a January move. So I wouldn't waste my breath if I'm Endrick, because he's at the bottom of this totem pole, admittedly. Masantuono, who is great. Masantuono is really good. They also have Garcia, the youngster that popped off during the Club World Cup. He's also really good. And they have Rodrigo. So options for days if you're Real. Options for days. Not only are Barca lacking on the bench with players, their head coach isn't on the bench either. That in itself is also a massive disadvantage. For any other club in this position, trailing 2-1 to Real at the Bernabeu, I would say it's impossible. For any other club, I would say it's pretty much a lost cause. However, Barca are more than a club. Son más que un club. It's possible. Anything can happen. It's a Clasico. This match in itself is prone to big moments, as low as those odds may seem. My cat's doing pretty good, man. He's chilling. It's a bit early for him still. He's not really active at the moment. Normally, he's kind of clingy. He's actually like clingy by now, to be honest. He's chilling. He's doing his thing, licking his balls and whatnot. Well, actually, he doesn't have balls. Sadly, fuck. I feel bad. I feel bad for saying that. They took his balls when he was a baby, dude, so he never really got to know him. He never got to scratch him. There's that line in Silence of the Lambs where Hannibal Lecter's like, they say you cut off a man's arm, or you cut off a man's leg and you can still feel it itch. So when your daughter's on the slab, where's it gonna tickle you? So I wonder if, imagine how horrible that would be, bro. Like, for a dog to have itchy ghost balls, you know, you just are itchy in your balls and you just don't have them. You have nothing to scratch. Must be fucking terrible. Barca take the field first. Look at this little circle. Just going off vibes, man. Going off vibes and off the power of friendship. Do Barca lock in? Do they lock in? Can they claw their way back? They have the best player in the world on their side. Can they utilize him? Can he unlock himself? Because we haven't seen a lot of Lamine Yamal. Can he finally show up? That kid can single-handedly change everything. The high press, back in effect. That is an aspect of Real's game here that I do not expect them to change because it's working. Uh-oh. Bellingham in the box. Bellingham tries to square, but Eric is there. He wants a handball. He's asking for a handball here. Oh, actually, Real have a serious shout here for handball. Eric does dangle a hand up. I mean, if he looks at it, what are you going to argue? What can you argue? The ball touches his hand while it's in bounds. He's going to look at it, and I think he's going to give it. I think Eric's hand is in an unnatural position, and I think if he's looking at it, he's going to give it, because there's really no arguing it. Oh my god, they're going to give that. Well, Real are about to have a penalty. Either way it goes, I mean, if he doesn't give it, then I would just deactivate social media because it's going to be unbearable. And it's a penal para Real Madrid. And it's going to be Mbappe here to take the pen. Lay down, buddy. I know, I don't want to look either. The run up from Kylian. Oh, and he saves it, Szczesny! No fucking way Szczesny saved that. Szczesny saves the penalty from Mbappe and keeps it 2-1. Do you believe in miracles? That is huge. That can have a lot of consequences mentally for Real Madrid. That's going to live in their heads for a while. And that's going to oppositely boost the spirits of Barcelona. Wow, what a left hand. Barca are still in it by the grace of God. Hey, lay down, buddy. I know. Good morning. Puppy's awake. Barcelona off the hook. They have to capitalize now. Good ball from Lamine. Fermin. Carreras is all over him. And Fermin stays on his feet. Fermin. He has Rashford. Oh my god, he had Rashford on his left. And Ferran on his right. But he goes for goal. And it's easily handled by Courtois. Szczesny is crazy for that one. Somebody get that man a pack of menthols. What a match. This match has had everything, basically. Barca building up. Rashford usually is the end product there, Rashford. Or should I say when he gets the ball, the play usually ends. Whether it's positively or negatively. More often than not, at least in this match, the result of giving Rashford the ball in the build-up play has, like there. Rashford gets the ball again, tries to get it to Ferran, and it doesn't work, and it just results in a turnover. This time it comes off, and Rashford finds Balde. Here's Lamine has it. Lamine steps over. Lamine! Oh man, very nice from Carreras. Wow, did Carreras actually block that? Nice, very good tackle from Carreras. There is a photo floating around all week of last season's encounter between Barcelona and Benfica in the Champions League, and Carreras was on that Benfica side getting destroyed by Lamine. So that must have found him because he's having a career day right now. He's having a really good performance, Carreras. What a throw from Courtois. Balde's gone down, and it's Militao so confused, he thinks it's a foul too. Oh, Militao hesitated there. Militao gets the best of Balde and finds himself alone in the box. And I think he just freaks out. He's like, I don't usually hang out over here. And he hesitates, and that hesitation bails out Barca. Militao is like, what am I doing over here, dude? Ferran has been largely ineffective here in the 9 slot. He's usually very productive. Here's Lamine. Lamine just trotting, not menacingly. Tries to chip it up for Ferran, but it's cleared. Back with Koundé, now De Jong. Marcus low for Ferran. Ineffective. Ferran has not been able to better Militao. Barca improving, admittedly. They're seeing more of the ball in this second half. This is the most Barca have seen of the ball all match. But can they do anything? Can they create something? They're just lacking that final pass. Lamine is visibly tired. He has his hands on his knees. Been hanging out with his girlfriend too much. Lamine, late night, my dude? He does not look rested, Lamine Yamal. It's a nice dummy for Koundé. Here's Lamine. Lamine shoots from distance. Skied it. Lamine drawing the whistles from the entirety of the Bernabeu. Uh-oh. Valverde has gone down. The captain has gone down without any contact from an opposing player. It's just self-inflicted. It's an injury, but it's not like a foul or anything. So that must mean it's real and serious. It looks like Brahim and Dani Carvajal are going to come on. I think if you're Barcelona, somehow you got to take off Balde. You have to take off Balde and you have to put in Gerard Martin, who is a menace and seemingly links up better with Marcus Rashford. We'll probably see Marc Casado at some point. Arda Güler comes off for Brahim. Not the flashiest player, but he puts in the work, Brahim. He usually plays on the right side, so that's even more incentive to take off Balde and put in Gerard Martin if I'm Hansi Flick. Vini turns Jules inside out, gets past Jules. Brahim is running into the box. I don't know if he was offside. He is offside. Bellingham finished the move, but he was offside, Brahim. The first time I've seen in this match that Barca used the offside trap. A year ago, Mbappe was caught offside like 8 times, wasn't he? Barca have apparently abandoned that strategy. Here comes another one of these mid-match commercials. Boo, everybody should unanimously boo this. We can control them. We can control our masters, and if we stand against these fucking advertisements mid-match, they'll go away. Cancel the subscription if you have to, miss a match or two, and they'll feel it. They'll feel it in their pockets. Is this punishment because of the overwhelming opposition to the Miami game? Maybe. Is it La Liga or is it ESPN doing this? Here's Lamine running. Lamine again, dispossessed finally. It took like 4 guys to box him. Where have I seen that before? Double change coming on for Real. Barca have still not made a change. Vini comes off, Rodrigo comes on. Oh shit, Vini's kind of shocked. He's saying, me? Vini is lashing out. Vini's lashing out. He is not happy at all about coming off. Very visibly and publicly, Vini. Oh shit, Vini won't shut the fuck up. He's pissed. Vini, all cameras on Vini. Doesn't even say shit to his coach, but he's hot. He goes straight to the fucking dressing room in a very not subtle outburst. Wow. What the hell was that about from Vini? Oh my god, the murmuring from the entire club. All cameras on Alonso. He just showed up his coach. That is not a good look from Vini. He was on the left wing in his natural position and he pitched the minute he saw his number go up, he started like throwing a tantrum, and he threw a tantrum from the left touchline all the way to the bench. Doesn't say shit to his coach, no like no word with his coach or anything, and just go straight into the tunnel. That is a bad look. This is the biggest match of the season so far, and you just did that to your manager. Wow. That's a conversation. Oh my god. And if Barca come back to get a result here, after that, the narrative would be so juicy. Imagine a scenario where Barca come back in this. What does that look like for Real? Like, who was right? Was Alonso right to take off Vinny? Was Vinny right to complain about being subbed off? There's a mountain of things to talk about. For Vinny's sake, I hope Real get the result that they want here, because there's plenty of time left. So Vinny just threw that tantrum in front of the entire hierarchy of the club too. The camera panned to Florentino Perez. He might have just ruined his career with that. Like, you might be officially for sale after something like that. Vinny, man, what are you thinking? I get it, like, it's hot, it's the biggest stage. I said it earlier, the globe stops for this one, man, but you have all eyes on you. You have to keep it classy, bro. That is such a diss to your manager to show him up on stage like that. I get why Vinny's pissed. He was having a good game, dude. He was doing great. You can't do that to your manager. You can't do that to the owner. You can't do that to your fans. Like, Vinny's the kind of player that requires some serious defending from his own fans, you know, because he's a menace. He's a menace, and he's hard to defend sometimes. Lamine keeps hunching over, man. There is something wrong with him. He does not look like he's 100% Lamine Yamal. Like, he's way too young to be tired at this point of the match. So that leads me to believe that there's something physically wrong with him. Like, he's playing through an injury or something. They got Vinny's ass back to the bench, but he does not look happy. Fucking sulking in the back row. Barca are making a change. It's gonna be Rooney. Do you take off Lamine? Do you take off Lamine? Because he does not look... That boy ain't right. It's like that meme, dude. Like, Vinny's that meme where it's like, go in there and make it about you. Barca have not been able to do much of anything in the second half. It has to be said. Defending today from Real has been incredible. Frankie de Jong. Nothing centrally in attack. Look at that. There's nobody in the 9 slot for Barca. Nobody's running through the top of the box. It's not looking like Barca are going to cook up anything special here. Long faces all around for Barca. The belief is starting to leave them, you can tell. The reality is setting in. Real need to be careful because they're trying to double mark Lamine. Lamine up for Koundé. Koundé chests it down but can't control it. Was that the moment for Barca? It's the 89th minute, 90th minute coming up. Jules, you had it, bro. 9 minutes. Holy shit. 9 minutes of added time. Araujo in the 9th spot. Let's just hope that doesn't backfire. It's all set up for Gonzalo Garcia to score the 3rd. Can he pull it off, though, the kid? Making his El Clasico debut. The possession numbers have gone up for Barca in this second half, but I mean, they haven't been able to do anything of substance with that ball. Araujo goes down. Ref says stand up. Shoulder to shoulder. It's a nice shoulder in the back by Carvajal. Is Carvajal even looking at the ball? Carvajal's not even looking at the ball there, though. I mean, if the ref wants his house burned down, he'll blow the whistle. This defeat's gonna serve Lamine Yamal a large slice of humble pie. Honestly, that's a valuable lesson you want the kid to learn, right? Don't be mouthing off. Pedri takes another late hit. Today, Real have been very physical. In a way I haven't seen them play. Clean hits. There has not been a lot of yellow cards here. Barca looking desperate here. It's taken an entire season, but it definitely looks like Real are on the way to the first win against Hansi Flick's Barcelona. Balde comes on. Martin comes on. Way too late. In my opinion, Martin should have started. This team needed a wild card, and that was it, was Martin. The Bernabeu wants another yellow for Pedri. Pedri very lucky not to get a second yellow there and suspended for the next match. Vinny is losing his shit on the bench. What's he doing, man? Sit the fuck down. You've already done enough PR damage, my guy. Not looking good for Barca. It does not look like they'll get their final go at it. Oh, that's a foul by Pedri, and that's going to be a sending off. Pedri, that's just clumsy. Vinny also talking shit. Now the benches have gone crazy. Oh, man. Police getting involved. Classic vintage El Clasico shithousery. Vinny? What the fuck is Vinny doing? Vinny came off the bench and was practically in the Barça bench talking shit. Vinny is out of control this match. How does Alonso like reel him in? And that's the final time. That is final time. Real walk away with the win. The first victory over Hansi Flick's Barcelona. And they are pumped up. Oh, and there's more bullshit going on. Looks like it's Ferran. It's looking like Ferran. Courtois is having some words. They're scrapping. Not much going on. Militao also having words. This shit is hot. Lamine is getting escorted off the field. And Vinny, Lamine. Rafinha's there. Rafinha's getting in the mix too. Just like old times, man. Just like old times. The Clasico has not had this kind of fire for a long time, man. Back in the post 2010 World Cup season, so 11, 12. So the Clasico got really fucking hot, like after Spain won the World Cup, and Barça and Real like both had a significant number of Spanish internationals that were part of that World Cup winning squad, and shit got so intense and so fucking spicy between those two squads, and it led to a lot of this shit, like a lot of these little scraps and shit talking and whatnot. But that's just been absent for a long time. That's been absent for what feels like almost 10 years, probably. What a performance by Real. Honestly, they handled their business. I tipped Barça to win. I thought Real's defense was not up to par with the Barça side that was clicking better than Real's defense was clicking. But they showed up today. They were on fire. Never really lost grip of the match ever. Barça just looked clueless. They didn't really have a plan, even with the ball. When they had their decent spell of possession in the second half, they were kind of bereft of ideas and creativity. I just think that they needed a loss like this to kind of look inwards, because they have been getting by with just very lucky results. Like last week, they should have been held to a draw, but were it not for a moment of magic from Araujo, then they would be going into this match. They probably would have benefited more from a draw last week. So they go into this match with a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. Real fucking did it, dude. They really did it. They finally conquered the beast. Were this match played away from the Bernabeu, would it be the same result at this point of the season? Hard to say. Hard to say. The home field advantage definitely played a large role in this victory, I think, for Real Madrid. They were definitely fired up. They were dug in, everything. Like, they were getting physical in ways I haven't seen this Real Madrid get physical, at least this season. The Barça players were taking hits. They were not able to settle into this match from the jump. They never looked comfortable. Every pass was expensive for Barça, for sure, because they would give a pass and then they'd get chipped, they'd get hit, and Real were surprisingly good at that, because they walked away with maybe two yellows, something like that. It appeared to me that Lamine was playing with some sort of injury or something. He looked really gassed and really tired and sluggish very early on in the second half. He was hands on knees at a point of the match where it's just kind of unacceptable. He should have been A-okay were he in good form. Starting Balde over Martin was a misstep by Flick. That's pretty much the only gripe I have. Ultimately, it didn't matter. This Real side was coming in hot. Great performance by Madrid. The best I think I've seen of them, so far. That was a convincing 2-1 win. I think the scoreline will imply that it was a lot closer than it was, but in all actuality, Real ran away with it for sure. They were the better side on the day. And were it not for a couple early calls, this scoreline could have been significantly different. Barça are lucky that it only ended 2-1. Plenty of work for Barça to do. They should look inward after this. As we get into that, follow them at MarkopotamusFC, both on TikTok and Instagram. hit follow, hit subscribe, do the whole thing. But that's going to do it for me. I'll be back very soon, and we'll have some more good times.